Now suppose you are doing some work for me. Now I have given you some job and you are doing some work for me. When you are doing that work for me, Guruji, I do this for you. Or you say, do you know how much effort I have to put doing this? The moment you say these words, it is not translated as a selfless action. It's an action which is motivated by desire. It's a motivated action. When it is a motivated action, then it is not karma yoga. Then everything will stick to you. Then it is your karma. Then karma sticks to that person. Then you have to be given return on investment. Okay? So ROI is always going to be there. So, selfless action is to be the means. For the same man, when he is established in yoga, absence of all sankalpas is said to be the way to blessedness. There should be no thought of this world. No thought at all. My job is my job. I just got to do it. We are doing chapter 6, verse 2. Arjuna, you must know that what they call sannyasa is no other than yoga. For none become a yogi who has not abandoned his sankalpas, thoughts of the world. Now, who is a sannyasi? A sannyasi is a person who has abandoned the thoughts of the world. People feel that when they abandon the thoughts of the world, put on orange garb or some other clothes and go to the nether regions like the Himalayas or some river place or some ashram or gurukul or something like that, they feel they have become sannyasi. No. Sannyasa means you have to give up all thoughts of the world. See, please understand one thing. Sannyasa is not connected to yoga, the karma yoga and other things. Okay, please don't connect these two. Sannyasa means the last stage of your life also. The last stage of your life, it also means that voluntarily you are giving up the world. Voluntarily you have given up the world. That is sannyasa. So a person decides that they don't want to be a part of the material domain, the material world. But if a person does this and still feels, where is my food going to come from? Do you understand? A person thinks that I need food, no? If I have a sannyasi also, I have to eat food. I have to wear some clothes at least. I have to be taken care of. That means tomorrow, if I am 70 years old or 80 years old, I may be sick, you know. I need hospitalization. I need insurance. I need treatment. Or they feel, you know, my children, they have abandoned me. They don't even call me even once in the whole year. My husband or my wife doesn't even care talking to me. They are so busy in their life. So I want to get out of this whole thing. This person is a hoax. Okay? He is not a sannyasi because he is still thinking about material world. That means he has not abandoned the sankalpas of the thoughts of the world. Where is my food going to come from? Is it a thought of the world? Yes. Where is the money that is going to come? Is it the thought of the world? Yes. I have to care about my health. My insurance should be there. If I become old and if I have cancer or if I have arthritis or if I have problems, if I fall down, my heart has to be operated upon. I need this insurance. I need this care. I need the hospital. I need the doctors. And I need somebody to take care of me. This is called the thoughts of the world. Sankalpa. Why is my family not interested in looking after me? Why are they so far away from me? Why is nobody caring for me? Nobody cares for me. That is why I am becoming a sannyasi. This is called the thought of the world. So anything, whether it is body, mind related, a thought which arises in a person, this is called the sankalpa. That is the thought of the world. Then such a person can never be called a sannyasi. Is a material worldly person who is feigning to be a sannyasi. Did you understand? A person who bothers more about everyday life. Where am I going to get the food from? I will tell you an instance which happened when this was on 9th of July 2007. I was sitting in this place in Haridwar and there were 20-30 sadhus sitting behind me. There is a tree over there. They were sitting right round there. And everybody is talking about where is the next food going to come from. One person said, yesterday I went to this place, they had finished serving, so I didn't get any food. So I had to go to some other ashram over there and that ashram provided me with the food. So today I told the person, I am going to come at this hour, so you please keep me some. They decided where they are going to go for their lunch. Now please think about this verse and think about what they were doing. And they were all passing the chilam from, chilam is that which you smoke, the narcotics in it. Huh? You keep a chilam with you. A chilam is a smoking pot. English. Smoking pot. So they were passing on the chilam and they saw me sitting over there and the person comes and offers it to me also. I said, no, I don't want. But I joined them and I listened to all their conversation. And it was purely material worldly conversation. After the food, the next thing that they took up was politics. In politics, this happens, in that happens, and yesterday this fellow was beaten up by this guy, that happened, that. My God, they were just talking utter nonsense. And why are they wearing orange color clothes then? If they are thinking about food, material worldly thoughts, they are thinking about all this, then that is not called sannyasa. They are not sannyasi. They have not given up the thoughts of the material world. So this is what it means. So it says, Arjuna, you must know what they call sannyasa is no other than yoga. If you are a sannyasi who has given up the thoughts of the world, then you are in yoga. Union with God. Got it? So, that and person who has not given up the thoughts, it's not a yogi, he is a fake. Alright, we'll go to the next verse. We are doing chapter 6 from the Bhagavad Gita, verse 3. To the contemplative soul who desires to attain karma yoga, selfless action is said to be the means. For the same man, when he is established in yoga, absence of all sankalpas is said to be the way to blessedness. Now, a contemplative soul. We are not talking about sannyasi now. We are talking about everybody in this material world. Every person in this material world who says, I only do my job. See, in your life also, there will be a lot of people who will say, I only care about my work, I go to work in the morning, I come back in the evening, I'm not bothered about anything else. So they think of themselves as a person who does their job only. Alright? Now you might have heard your father or mother, you might have heard your husband or wife, you might have heard your grandfather, grandparents, some friend or some relative of yours talking this kind of a language. See, I don't understand the spirituality of yours. The first thing they will say this way. They always start a sentence like this. I don't understand the spirituality of yours. But you see, I work in my world. I am only focused on work. I have to take care of my family. I take care of my family. That's it. I have to earn some living. Now, this person misinterprets Karma Yoga. No. Why are you calling this as your duty and saying you have to take care of your wife, your children, your husband, your whatever that is? Are you so greater than God that you are taking care of your wife and children? No, this is utter nonsense. They take the onus on themselves. You see, I have to earn the living because you people have to eat food. I have to pay the fees, so I have to go and earn the living. Remember in the previous verse, it's called the Sankalpa, the thoughts of the world. So you are already motivated in taking care of your family. So there is a motivation. While you are earning this money, there is a motivation. I go and earn this money because I have to feed my family. I have to take care of this. I have to pay my insurance. I have to pay my rentals. I have to pay the salaries. Whatever that is there. If a person puts this in the perspective, then he is not a karma yogi. He is an ordinary person, like the worker bee. He is only going to do the job because there are people who are, the worker bee has no life, by the way. Similarly, a worker ant, what life do they have? They go, they bring stuff, put it over there, eat, sleep, go back again, bring something, put it over there. They are working for the queen. They have nothing else to do. So they are not karma yogi from any angle. So, till the person, he has the sankalpa of the world. He has a thought process going on that I have to earn for my family. I have to earn for my children. I have to run the house. I have to pay the fees. I have to pay the EMIs. I have to pay for the food. The food which is coming on the table, my salary brings it home. You see, this is how they think. So, this person is not a karma yogi. He is a person who does karma. What is the karma that he does? When he says, I earn my living because I have to give you food. So is he doing a favor to the people? Congratulations, this is what he is doing. You see, a parent who says, I have to pay so much fees for you. So they are doing a favor to the child. If the husband says to the wife, you see, I earn my living and I give you this money so that you can run the house. He is doing a favor. There is always return favor, isn't it? Huh? Reciprocation is required or no? And this reciprocation is what is called karma. So in this life, they may not reciprocate. The children may just walk away. The wife or the husband may not even do anything about it. Doesn't matter. In the next life or the next life or the next life or the next life, they will be coming together. and the reverse order is going to be true. So why get into it? So who is a karma yogi? To the contemplative soul, somebody who is thinking that my ultimate goal is karma yoga. Please understand this. Somebody who is already having the understanding that I want to be a karma yogi. I don't understand Jnana Yoga because it's too high for me. But I just want to do my work and be lost in the work. I am a karma yogi. He already knows this. Selfless action is said to be the means. That means an action where he doesn't take onus of it. Do you understand? When a person says, you know how much of hard work I have to do? The person says always, I have to do so much of hard work. I have to put so much of effort. I have to do this and I have to do that. I have to listen to all the crap in the world. My boss is very bad. He says like this. She says like this. This person is like that. That person is like that. My downlines, they don't listen to me. I have to do all the dirty work for them. Okay? Or the husband says about the wife, she doesn't even do anything. I have to do everything for her. Or the wife is saying, this fellow, he just goes out and comes back, and Friday, Saturday, that fellow disappears. God alone knows where he is going. This person, understood? Somebody who is not used to selfless action just keeps on pointing things all the time. I have to work, I have to work, I have to work, I have to work, I have to give, I have to give, I have to give, I have to give. Person who keeps on saying this, or just keeps on cribbing all the time. Why this I have to do? I don't understand why this has to be done. Why it has to be done this way only? Why not that way? That kind of a person. So that person is not doing a selfless action. Selfless action is an action performed selflessly without any return on investment. Now suppose you are doing some work for me. Now I have given you some job and you are doing some work for me. When you are doing that work for me, Guruji, I do this for you. Or you say, do you know how much effort I have to put doing this? The moment you say these words, it is not translated as a selfless action. It's an action which is motivated by desire. It's a motivated action. When it is a motivated action, then it is not karma yoga. Then everything will stick to you. Then it is your karma. Then karma sticks to that person. Then you have to be given return on investment. Okay? So ROI is always going to be there. So, selfless action is to be the means. For the same man, when he is established in yoga, absence of all sankalpas is said to be the way to blessedness. There should be no thought of this world. No thought at all. My job is my job. I just got to do it. It's a selfless job you are doing. It might be a material worldly job. It might be a spiritual job. It can be anything. In the past, I used to know one person. Okay. This person was an altar boy. You know an altar boy in a church? The altar boy is supposed to, when the priest is doing in the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen, let us pray, oh God, in this wonderful sacrament, all these prayers that are going on, and this altar boy is standing behind over there. And when they have to present something, the person is always there. So this person was doing his duty every weekend. He was there in the church. It never occurred to him that he is doing something. He just felt that it is something that he got to do. Later on in life, this person believed that he is doing a favor. If I don't go, then there is a problem, I want to show that fellow. What does he think of himself? Really? You are not doing selfless service. Selfless service is service which is to be done without any motivation. It has to be done means it has to be done. And full 100% effort has to be put. No motivation is required. Nothing. You got to do it means you got to do it. At whatever cost. You understand what I'm saying? It should not be at the cost of, oh, that place is so far away, I have to cycle 5 kilometers and then go over there. No. Yeah, well, a certain amount of body torture may happen. A certain amount of problems may be there. A certain way of life may get disrupted. But if you are doing this service unto God and you want liberation, then don't put these conditions in the middle. They are called the sankalpas of the world. The moment you put a condition, I have to cycle for 5 kilometers, I have to be there before him. Why should I do this? Why should I do that? He doesn't understand. And then there are people, who will do work in the kitchen. And when they do work in the kitchen, my husband, he goes to sleep at 10 o'clock only. I have to clean the kitchen, I have to wipe over there, I have to do this, I have to do that. And next day morning, children have to go to school, I have to keep everything ready. He doesn't even participate in anything. The moment you say these words, it is called the thoughts of the world. You are not doing karma yoga, you are thinking you are doing some favor. The moment you put this in the picture, I have to stay up late, he goes to sleep at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I have to be up until 11 because who is going to clean the kitchen? Who is going to do this? Who is going to do that? The children's bag has to be seen. Everything has to be put in place. The doors have to be locked. The dog has to be put in place. All this nonsense the person talks. And then I go very tired, 11 o'clock, I have to go to sleep. It is so late. And then I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You don't understand how much I have to be in pain. This fellow gets up at whatever time he feels like. No. You are not doing anybody a favor. You are doing yourself a favor. If you are going to do this selflessly, you will become a karma yogi. And when you are a karma yogi, see the last word in this. Is said to be the way of blessedness. You will be blessed to be with Krishna. But if you are going to put some conditions over there, then Krishna is not going to be available to a person like that. Be a karma yogi and feel nice about it. I am doing this because I have to do it. God has given me this job. I should be doing it. And it does not really matter. You understand? This is exactly how it is. We move to the next verse then. We are doing chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 4. When a man ceases to have any attachment for the object of senses and for action, and has renounced all sankalpas, that is the thought of the world, he is said to have attained yoga. People misconstrue the word yoga as doing body exercise. No. Yoga means union with God. Union with God. When a man ceases to have any attachment to the object of senses. What are the senses? Do I have to say this? There are 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action. They are all put together. Alright? With your eyes you see, vision. With your ears you hear, hearing. With the nose you smell. Olfactory nerves are there, so they smell. With the tongue you taste. With the hand, with your body you touch. Then, 5 organs of action. Okay? 2 hands. God has given you hands for working. 2 legs. God has given you legs for walking, running, whatever. He has given you tongue so that you can speak properly. Alright? He has given you evacuation organ where all the body dirt can be thrown out. He has given you a reproductive organ which is meant for the purpose of reproduction. These are the 10 things which God has given. They are basically connected to our senses and our mind. Alright? First and foremost, why are you having an attachment to these organs? Do you get the point? The organs that are there, whether eyes, I was watching, I was hearing, I was touching, I was smelling, I was doing this, I was doing that. With my hands, I have to work, My hands pain when they work. I have to walk so much. People say, I have to walk so much to go to this place. All these thoughts with any organ of senses, that whatever that you do, if you have an attachment to the organ, let us say there is a laborer. The laborer says, with my hands I have been lifting this bale so many times. So many bales I lifted. You have seen people in India, they carry those mud and, cement and other things on their head. In the villages or in the bazaars, in the big bazaars, you have seen, people are lading things on their head, hands, they are moving with the trolleys and stuff like that. Their hands are working, their legs are working. But if they keep on saying, my hands are paining, my leg is hurting, my eyes are doing this, my ears are doing that, are you attached to that organ? 100%. If you are feeling tired, God has said go to sleep. Did you get the point? Rest your hands. You can rest them for a few minutes or few hours if you want, and then get back to work, isn't it? Is it correct or wrong? So God says that yes, I have given you these organs, but why are you so much attached to them? The moment you are attached to these organs, you are going to give reasons and reasons and reasons and reasons. So, first, a person should never be attached to the organs. Whichever organs that are there. Did you see the first line? When a man ceases to have attachment for the organs of senses and for action. So both these 10 things come together or no? And has renounced all sankalpas of this world. Then only he is a yogi. Sankalpas means all the things that happen in the world. Everything that is there going on, or any thought for that matter. The thought that you are working so hard. I've had people who don't even work at all, and little work is given to them and they feel that they have worked so much, I am doing so much work. Really. And people want to be my disciples, and I tell them one simple thing, do this. They want to get the best of the knowledge from me, and they don't want to do even that, do this. Little thing. How much time is it going to take? In a day, today's update, I don't know how many years ago I wrote it, but in, I think 2009 I must have written. People have every time for everything in the world. They have time for their children, they have time for their husbands, they have time for their wives, they have time for eating, drinking, sleeping, going to the toilet, doing whatever that they want to. But for God, they don't even have 5 minutes of their life. And they want spiritual will. They want liberation. They want knowledge. They want Sankhya Yoga. They want Karma Yoga. They want Bhakti Marg. You can't be a Bhakti if you are not even going to invest 5 minutes, even an hour of your time if you cannot invest in spiritual, then what nonsense are you talking? Which angle are you bhakt from? You are not a bhakt from any angle. You are not a karma yogi. You are not a sankhya yogi. If you keep on pointing it out, and I am working, I am doing this, I am doing this, I am doing this, whereas we are not doing anything. God is looking at you and he says, this person doesn't even care. You know? So for such a person, this is the verse which says, to be in this Sankhya yogi or to be a karma yogi or whatever, that means union with God. If you want union with God, first and foremost, give away all these attachments that you have to the body. That means the senses, the mind, as well as the organs of action. You have to give up. It is the organs of action are going to do their job. It's not that you're going to go for a pee. You have to go for a pee. But don't say, no, Guruji, when your satsang was going on, no, I have to go. Can I just go to the pee and come? Boss, what are you talking about? That means you are not here. The rest of the 23 hours in your life you could not have spent on going to the toilet. Go to the toilet then. Don't go just now. You got what I am saying? You have to be dedicated, devoted to the job that you have been given. So, second thing, all these action, organs of action, don't keep on saying things that I am working so hard, I am doing this, I am doing that, this is what I got to do, that is what I got to do. You got to do. How many hours or how many days are you continuously doing? But eating you are doing, no? 1 hour you may be eating in the whole day. Sleeping you are doing, no, 8 hours, 10 hours you might be sleeping. Sometimes some people may be sleeping less also, doesn't matter. Have I stopped you all from sleeping in the afternoon? No. In my world, I normally take rest in the afternoon. That is why I tell people don't disturb me. I have to do some work of my own. I read, I do a lot of things. So that is what, you can give yourself that time. Secondly, why is it that you think that you are doing somebody a favor by doing something for them? No, don't consider it as a favor. It is a selfless action. So person who does selfless action with his body organs, senses and organs of action, selflessly, he is not even saying that he is doing anything, and has renounced all sankalpas of this world. I have to do it for this person, I have to do it for that person, I am doing this, I am doing that. All these sankalpas, that is the thoughts of the world, should be abandoned. Then this person who has abandoned all the thoughts of this world is said to have attained union with God. Okay? So we have come to the end of verse 4. We will stop over here.